All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This Podcast. It's late. I know this. Why not? Oh, wasn't gonna come on here and talk about Raw, and honestly, most of this is not gonna be about Raw. Okay, so anybody who's anti WE ish, we're going to talk very little about Raw and a lot of other things that happened in the news surrounding today that is actually 10 times more interesting. And we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about the Firefly Funhouse, which honestly, in my opinion, was the most interesting part. Um, what's up, Blood Rain? You don't got to stick around long, man. I get it. It's late. It's cool. Stopping in, though. You need sleep, go get some sleep. Don't stay up on my part. I appreciate it though. We'll talk a little bit about Bray Wyatt. We'll talk about a couple things that happened on Raw. But more interestingly, though, some news came out of Lucha Underground, or I should say the contracts in Lucha Underground, the contracted people, I should say. We're going to bit about Joey Ryan and a lack of Leo Rush on Raw. Some interesting things. I'm not a morning person. It'll be a disaster later today. Well, good luck to you, sir. Who is that? Mercy the Buzzard just replied to my posting that we're going live. He replied, Yowie wowie. Thank you, Mercy the Buzzard. He tunes in because he's part of the what Firefly Funhouse, folks. Yeah, I usually don't curse on here, but damn, that is some trippy shit. I showed that to my stepdaughter that stupid condensation. That to my stepdaughter, the Firefly Funhouse little skit from tonight. Oh my god, trippy, and there's some dark underlining stuff from Bray Wyatt's past in the witch Abigail is what I figured out what the witch's name was finally. I thought it was like Pam or something. I just misunderstood it because the voices just heard they toned down the Firefly stuff. No, they didn't. No, it's even more weird. See the character that popped up this time called Rambling Rabbit. And it's a little trippy, fuzzy, gnarly looking that looks like it did a bunch of meth before it came on the show tonight. Oh my god, the thing is just creepy as shit. And it's got this shit. Excuse me. Wow. Too big of a gulp. You ever get that? Take too big of a gulp. It sits right there and it's like, all right. This rabbit has a weird, distorted, almost like chipmunk. You know how the chipmunks sound? Except this is a little more robotic. Maybe this is the stuff Vince sees in his nightmares. Vince has seen a lot of shit in his lifetime. I couldn't even begin to guess what is in Vince's nightmares. Although, from what we've heard before in CM Punk interviews, he don't sleep. So when he does, yeah, I wonder what he dreams about. He dreams about big, muscular, oiled up men. Like Hulk Hogan surrounding him, telling him how fucking awesome he is. That's what he dreams about. Let me tell you something. And then he just, has a wet dream. It's Vince McMahon. I wonder what I'll dream about when I'm that age, if I even make it that long. Oh, kids, that's another story for another time. Yeah, this segment, in my opinion, in my professional opinion, was the highlight of tonight. Blood Rain says, oiled up big man on his bearskin rug in his office. Oh, just got darker than I did. That's horrible. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Blood Rain. That was, oh, God. We'll be dreaming of Geritol and adult diapers at that age. I don't want to dream about that. No. Get out of here with that. Oh, I want to be dreaming about other things. Like back to my youth where I'm dreaming of, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Those are my dreams back in the day. I don't dream much anymore. Anyways, tonight was so effing random. Like all the shit they put out. And 2 weeks after the whole, after Mania, oh, now we're going to bring Shane over to Raw and beat up Miz again. Really? You should have done that the week after if you do that. Bring him over in the draft. No, we're going to do it now? Just nothing made sense tonight. And by the time the contract signing happened, AJ Styles and Rollins came out the fucking crickets. It was crazy. They were like already falling asleep. Thousands of people made less noise than the people in the Imperial show Sunday night. That's not an exaggeration, folks. It's a fact. Go back and watch it. The Burn It Down got a pop. The rest of it, crickets. Styles came out. He's standing here, crickets. Nothing. Not a woo. A woman losing her ovaries. Nothing. So sad. What the hell, Kentucky? Just, oh my God, it just kills the absolute. Oh, so you dream you're Batman. I don't know what the hell I was streaming back then. The crowd, I hear, hot, got cold quickly. There's reasons for it. Boring, creative, and shows. There was nothing creative to the show. Like I said, it was just a bunch of random shit. Just match after random match after random match. And when they were trying to build something, like it looked like they were building up some new feud, which was interested. I was like, "Ooh, Miz versus a babyface Miz versus heel Lashley." Oh, and they're letting Lashley talk. No, and they ruined it. And Shane come out again. It's like, it's constructive criticism. Don't hate the WWE. I've actually been watching a lot more lately, but this show was, ugh. And I don't even care about the Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa Bliss, and I tweeted out about this. The look on her face out to the ring with the microphone before she made the announcement and during the announcement looked like she could give two fucks about being there. What does that do for your announcement? She was like, and now we're going to have this person coming out. It wasn't even was being heel. It was like something happened backstage. She came out and she was just pissed as hell. And it showed on TV. If you notice the women's segment, night and day different. Like after her segment, she went out there and they probably go back out there and act like you're excited about this shit. Because the first segment died. I was excited about Ricochet being out there, but she destroyed it. She did. Miss of your Raw, miss nothing. Took a break from WWE for a long time, you know. Over, he blames roster injuries. More people wanting to leave now than injuries. Sorry to say, facts. Which is the wrong thing to blame. He's got to blame. But yeah, stocks are plummeting. It shows. Can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. Um, tomorrow, I just found a video randomly on my social media feed saying that tomorrow we are going to find out the future of the Hardy Boys because they are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We are going to get an update on Jeff Hardy and what they're going to. So I'm actually looking forward to that. We'll see. You know, I mean, they're getting older. The more risks they take, the more shit's going to happen, you know? Matt looks like he's in the best shape of his life, but both have gone through bodies. It's a fact, you know? So we'll see tomorrow night what the future of the SmackDown Tag Team Championships is. Did Jeff just need a little time, or are they going to have to give up the belts? Because at house shows, apparently someone else has been tagging with Matt Hardy, and obviously just a temporary substitute. So we'll have to see what's up with the update tomorrow night. I found this. I was like, when I was watching Raw, I noticed there was no Lio Rush at the side of Bobby Lashley tonight. And I was hearing little things throughout the day, didn't really look into it. Excuse me. I'm just catching chat. AEW and Impact will absorb those who leave. Probably. I mean, there's a lot of options now. New Japan, Ring of Honor, AEW, Impact. It's not like there's not options anymore. There are options. So yeah. By the way, it's telling when Sasha Banks Twitter likes include last night's Gail and Tessa match. Women and men from other companies are is going to quietly support their friends and people they love and respect in the industry. That's not surprising. That like and that's not saying any ooh, she shouldn't have liked it. No, that's social media. That's she didn't retweet it and say, "Oh, I can't wait to go here." She didn't say shit like that. It's not that big of a deal. I know what you're saying, but it's not that big of a deal. Because that no matter what brand you're in, if you were probably watching that match, or at least highlights from it, because it was damn good. And last night, it was better than Ty and Jordan Grace's match. They both had pros and cons, but the Tessa and Gail Kim match was knocked down awesome. Just knocked down, drag out awesome. I think she goes back to WWE. She'll sit out her contract as long as it takes. That's going to be about 2 years. So I don't know. That's a long time to sit. We'll see. Although Punk sat out about, I don't know how long he sat out. A long time. All right. So talk about Lio Rush. He if you look, his Instagram is very telling. Just realized I wasn't following him. Oh, I don't know. I stopped following him. He was acting like an ass on here. But the guy is talented. I know he does some stuff on social media sometimes that people frown on, or some people he's too cocky or has too much of a chip on his shoulder or whatever. The guy's talented. The guy's gold. And he probably just rubs people the wrong way. similar to, but maybe not as bad as someone like Austin Aries. Okay, just to throw another name out there. Um, his social media says absolutely nothing about the WWE on Instagram. Says Leo Rush, dad, husband, man of the hour, my better half, blah, 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 blah. All business inquiries, contact Leo Rush at bookings at gmail.com and then www.cameo.com/Leo Rush for like if you want a private message to you or sent out to whatever. Um, you know what? Let's jump to his Twitter real quick and just see what his Twitter says. I'm guessing the same. Yeah, even less business inquiries. That's it. Nothing WWE at all. In fact, there's nothing recent in the last 2 days on his um on his Twitter, but he's probably just tired of people assuming shit. So, and I say that too. Never assume anything. I've been hearing stuff about him and Heat. He did put on his Instagram tonight during the show. I've been through a lot of pain and frustration while being misunderstood, but in the end, I've always stayed true and positive. I'll leave you with this: not believing in yourself no matter what they say, and continue to strive for greatness. Hashtag Leo Rush. Um, so yeah, that's kind of telling. It's a bit of a generic, like possible, goodbye. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, the guy's talented whether you like him or he if he is able to get under your skin, that means he's good. Okay. If you just don't care about him, then it's just not you. But the freezer contract. Okay, you're talking about just scummy. Yeah. Rumor is Leo wants a reality show with his wife. Says your connection is. You guys still seeing us all right? I just got a warning on my thing here. You guys still see me and hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. Looks like we're okay. I think we are. Hope I'm the internet again. That would suck. All right, well, we'll keep on going. Um, it says I started. All right, whatever. What the hell was I saying? Oh, you were silent for about a minute. Okay, thank you. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't lose internet. Thank you, though. So I guess the warning was legit. Said my connection was unstable. Sometimes I don't know about this thing late at night. It's crazy. And it's always late at night. I don't get it. Like vampires attacking my feet or some shit. I don't know. Um, But yeah, I've seen and heard things related to his. I don't know how much that's real or not. I don't know. Cable companies do updates at night. Yeah, they do some crazy shit at night. You shouldn't, because people do all sorts of shit at night too. Um, Mine tends to at times between 2 and 4. Yeah, so I gotta wrap this up. Now, Mr. Fretz, whoa, what is up, Jay? Mr. Fretz, thanks for joining so late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. I don't know what time of the morning it is by you. On here for shits and giggles because had to get some thoughts out of my head. Almost 2 a.m. almost. Okay, so you're on the East Coast. Okay. You're a night shift brain. All right. Awesome. Glad you could. So yeah, Elgin apparently is innocent. Uh, is still catching shit. Yeah, like I said last night, people are gonna dig and dig and dig and dig. Um, if he was in trouble, he would have been dealt with. Okay, that shit would have been dealt with a long time ago if he had done something felony wise or whatever. He went away to Japan a long time, spent some time with his family and whatnot recently. Um, and now he's getting more back in the public eye. And I welcome him. I do. I'm not going to sit there and dig and look for stuff that possibly or allegedly happened. No, I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time for that shit. If you have time for whatever, go dig. You know what? Snowflakes dig up shit. Period. And that's not an opinion, fact. That's what today's society does. If you're a snowflake, you dig up shit to be pissed off about. Huh. Oh, I found something. I'm going to be pissed off today because I'm a fucking snowflake. Yeah. Life is too short for people. Take stuff at face value and shit. He's rebuilding his image. Look forward to seeing him wrestle our roster. Yeah, I'm excited too. Um, I just wish that the cage match didn't come off as. I mean, at least we know now why everything looks so awkward during the cage match. He was competing a lot with Johnny Impact because he had injured himself during the match. Okay, if you didn't hear about it, he did mess up his back. He did go to the hospital this night. We have not heard yet, to my knowledge, how bad it is. I'm sure he's in the process of figuring that out. Those do take a while. I'm sure he's going to get an MRI and some other stuff, X-ray, CT scan, whatever. Jay, you and I come from a non-PC time. You know what, dude? I've had so much happen to me over the last 10 plus years between my divorce, my 3 back surgeries, with my COPD and my pneumonia. When you have X amount of life experiences happen to you, you start to look at life a little. You start to look at life a little more simpler. You know, I I don't have time to dig up shit and make up shit to be pissed off about. Life is too damn short and I'm getting older and life just keeps faster. So I live for the moment. I don't plan ahead that much. And that's why I can never remember shit. It's like, hey, that one thing, and you guys help fill in the blank and stuff like that. That's part of it. That's my life right now. Melissa says he's fine. Phoenix is fine too. Oh, that's good because I was going to talk about that too a little bit. That Spanish fly that Phoenix and was it Ortiz? I think it was Ortiz did off towards the end of that match. Oh my God, Phoenix landed right on his freaking head, and I think I forgot to talk about that last night, and I felt a little bad after the fact that I did not talk about because they replayed that, and that was oh God. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I've seen some bad crashes, but I've never seen someone like flip halfway and then just fall straight down. Usually when you see a Spanish fly, you see them, you know, complete and no matter how they crash onto what or wherever, sometimes that's ugly, but I've never seen anyone Spanish fly halfway and just drop. I've never seen that. That was just, oh my God. He landed right on his head. I and was down the rest of the match and could barely walk afterwards. So I'll bet he had a hell of a zinger that is going to affect him for a while. We'll see how he is at the tapings. I have not looked at any spoilers. I have not heard any news. I haven't looked for any on him. We'll see. Think the ladder on the way down stopped his rotation. That would make sense. I'd have to go back and look at exactly see what his like his foot. Yeah, that one's because when you're both doing, that's just crazy. I love that move. God, that's insane. So yeah, we'll see what happens at the tapings. I don't want to assume anything. Phoenix was supposed to wrestle Eddie Edwards. I believe they advertised it they advertised a handful of matches for the um for I it was tonight. It was supposed to be RVD's debut too, so we'll see what happens this Friday. Yes, Eddie. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, annoying cat. What else? Oh yeah, was going to talk a little bit about Lucha Underground. Um, oh, let me touch on this first, as long as I got this open. And this I found right before I went live. In fact, this was added after midnight here. So this is like hot news like that just broke. And this is off a couple of these things I'm getting off of ringsidenews.com. Um, Joey Ryan confirms his time has come to an end. And that's interesting. He's been in the news a little bit lately that he's been in the talks with the WWE, but he's also best friends with AEW. The guys like the Young Bucks and those guys out there, California. He's recently free from his Lucha Underground contract. This article goes on to just remind people of that. Um, Ryan commented on the WWE rumors, but he didn't deny. Now he is promoting a farewell to the Indies T-shirt, which is incredibly interesting. I'm reading now because he was plugging his new merch. Joey Ryan confirmed that he is leaving the indie wrestling scene. The the post goes as follows. I guess the word is out now. Am I signing somewhere? Have I already signed elsewhere? Thing is certain, my time in the Indies is coming to an end. So pick up this farewell tour shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/Ryan for a limited time. Get them before I'm gone. Hashtag Raw. He must have put that out during Raw. I don't want to assume that he's going to the WWE. But well, he's been wrestling for almost 20 years now. 2000 to 2019. Yeah, almost 20 years. So sometimes I forget that. It's like, oh, well, he just made it hot within the last couple of years with his penis flex. He's been doing stuff for a long time. He just happens the more headlining headline making sleazy stuff within the last handful of years. So it'll be interesting to see. What I had heard, oh, okay, the end of the article here. Uh, Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Joey Ryan got an offer from the WWE, which included him being a trainer as well. It'd be bizarre to consider WWE or Joey Ryan as a WWE Performance Center trainer, but when the world where Prince Albert pretty much runs the whole program, then that really proves that you never know what could happen while wrestling. Well, that guy went on to do some very talented things. But yeah, started out as the piercings and kind of a different you know, the classic not total nonstop action brand, but Test and Albert as in TNA. Just remember where he started from. So um so yeah. Um so yeah, we'll have to see what's up with Joey Ryan. And I think I think if we watch the Elite series, that will be very telling as well because he's very close with those guys. Um, Lucha Underground wanted to sue Willie Mack. Yeah, I'm going to get to that next, and then we're going to wrap this up, Ryan. And desist instead of a challenge gimmicks. Keep his gimmick. Yeah, I don't know. He's done well with his a more tamed version of his gimmick. Like when he was in Lucha Underground, he had the sleaziness, but he never did like the penis, bleh, the penis plex or the boob plex or any of that. He just kept like the oil and the look, you know. Um, oh, and a lollipop, but he never did any of the controversial wrestling moves that it's TV, it's Hollywood. It's not it's not a typical wrestling company where it's like, okay, you got creative freedom, you can do whatever the hell you want. No, it's Hollywood. It's different. So you can't piss off the supporters or the sponsors. You got to keep it a little under wraps. As the show was, um, although they killed people, so whatever. But okay, so this is also from Ringside.com, but they got this from um, Lucha Central is reporting that Jeff Cobb and Sonny Kiss have both sought out legal representation in order to get out of their contracts. Cobb signed with Ring of Honor and Kiss is AEW. However, it looks like they are still under contract with Lucha Underground. That's very surprising. That's very surprising. Cobb's character in Lucha Underground, Matanza Cueto, was even killed off at the end of season 4, but it looks like he is still looking his release. And I don't think he's talked about that. He's talked about it, but he hasn't really talked about his contract much in interviews, which is interesting. Because once he signed with Ring of Honor, I think we all assumed that he was free and clear. But this goes on to say it was also reportedly suspected that Wack lost the NWA National Championship at the Crockett Cup event to Colt Cabana because he was also still under Lucha Underground contract. Lucha Underground is reportedly issued a cease and desist for using Willie Mack, it sounds. Now Mack is also seeking excuse me, legal representation. Heard Jack Swagger's wife is incredible in that department. Um, it's how he took care of himself in his situations. I'm guessing with Lucha Underground as well. Um, Lucha Underground already let Joey Ryan, Ivelisse, Io Del Fantasma, and others of their contracts. There was also, I thought I read earlier in the Lucha Under the oh my god, the Lucha Central article. Give me just a second here. Oh, there's updated. Oh, Dorian then has threatened to send a cease and desist to both Ring of Honor and the NWA due to them using Willie Mack in recent events. What? That's crazy. Likely to try to get his release alongside Cop. Oh, and Famous B. So Ringside News did not talk about. I thought they mentioned Famous B. Yeah, Famous B needs to get out of that because honestly, this wrestling world currently needs more managers like Famous B. Famous B is money. I've seen a lot more of his managing than his wrestling matches. That's not that to knock anything with his wrestling matches. I've just seen, I mean, his his Lucha Underground manager stuff that he did after his debut wrestling match the first season is where it's at with me. He is a tremendous talker and has a crap ton of charisma over the course of 3 seasons as Famous B. Call that number. Shit, I remember it. I mean, it's late. Um, According to Culture Impact, stole Elgin out from under WWE's nose. I don't know how believable that is. Not saying Will Culture making shit up, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's true. Someone said Lucha Underground was not dead. I actually found an article that I missed from like months ago, late 2018. Vampiro saying, I didn't read the full article, but the headline said something to the effect of Vampiro saying that they're all working on season 5. Well, that's going to be really difficult because everyone apparently wants out of their contracts. Can't run Lucha Underground on just Pentagon and Phoenix. I don't even know if they're still under contract. But it's not looking good. Stuff like this just brings down the name even more, brings a whole new dark cloud of negativity around Lucha Underground, and it makes devoted fans like me turn the other way. Not gonna lie. When you hear about, and it's not the hate. Don't hate on the guys like Mr. Joseph and the writers. They are the ones um that should be complimented for how good the show is. It's those way up above them that pull all the strings that should be blamed for all this controversy and stupid track making. I mean, yeah, some people say is, oh, you shouldn't have gotten in this contract first place. Yeah, well, I don't think people thought they were going to be sitting around for 2 years between seasons either. I mean, let's be real here. You expect boom, 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 season, 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 season. then why did you make these contracts for these people if you were like, okay, we're just gonna sit on this over a year now and not even do shit, you know? Because I don't know about you, but most of the shows that I see on TV that are successful knock out success, continuous and consistent seasons. Penta and Phoenix are still under Lucha Underground contract. Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard that too, but I wasn't positive. Heard until 2020, but we'll see. Um, but springtime is coming and going quickly, and that's usually when they start really ramping up the whole. Okay, what we're going to do the rest of the year, and if we're not hearing anything, AEW is going to push hard on uh, the top people of AAA to, all right, you know, shit or get out. But I think that's also why they have that AAA partnership, so that even though they are that Lucha Underground contract, AEW can use them. That's not rocket science. Also, WWE scheduled Money in the Bank against the series of Game of Thrones rest in peace ratings. Not for Game of Thrones either. I haven't watched Game of Thrones since season three. It's hot, but I could really care less about it. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I know it's hot. I'm not denying that. I just have no interest in it. So I will probably be watching um, Game of Thrones, or I mean, Money in the Bank. Oh, let's get out of here. No way Penta and Phoenix will be AEW exclusive. Um, in time, I think they will be, but right now they're having way too much fun in MLW and Impact Wrestling. Maybe a year from now, they will be. That's a guess, but we'll see what other partnerships pop up. If we see like a three between AEW and Impact and AAA, because Impact works heavily with AAA, then maybe. It just a guess. But I can see that happening. Excuse me. Meltzer said they would be He's full of BS. Yeah, we'll see. Someone called him out as being on the AEW payroll. Ha ha ha. He was on the WWE payroll at one point. I don't know if he was on the payroll, but he was constantly being fed stuff. And people from the WWE even made fun of him. I feel a little bad for him because, he depends on his sources for legit news. But if they're him bullshit, then that makes him look bad, and that ain't right either, you know. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of his shit, not even news, which then gets put on the dirt sheets as news, and it's not news because it's all speculatory. The way Meltzer settings, if you read his stuff out word for word, sometimes if you read his quotes, they look like someone that's like been on like a 3-day binge. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. There's like barely any complete sentences. It's all just like tiny little complete thoughts, and he can hardly put them together. It's sometimes it's just like, was there something to that, or what the hell was that he just said? It's just, sometimes it's really funny. getting money from Vince at one point is yeah. Speaking because this of plans change. Yeah, like I said, yeah, some of his ramblings, like the rambling rabbit. The rambling rabbit is actually Meltzer. No, I'm kidding. Uh, so so we'll see what's. I'm sure we'll get updates within the next month or so. um, Depending on these things go along with these contracts. Thanks to dear God, thanks to Ringside News.com Central for these um, pieces. Um, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Like I said, I really can't talk much about Raw because I snoozed through part of it and was awake for just so random. Just not a good. It's not a good way for them to start out this whole this whole new season of Raw. Because after Mania is like a whole new jump start to their wrestling year. Especially with the whole shake up. It's hard to even get excited about the Money in the Bank. Crazy. I'll say it again. Impact and AEW will work together along. The signs are too easy to spot. Yeah, I mean, Impact is like, hinted at stuff, in a funny sort of kind of way. Money in the Stank. Ooh. That's funny. See what you did there. So, all right, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I know this was just like a lot of random little bits and pieces of news, but like I said, some of these news bits were certainly more interesting than the collection of the 3 hours of Raw because rough, rough Monday really was. Holy cow! Wait to see what the ratings are. So, all right, we'll see. I got some stuff going on later today. Oof, for bed. And then we'll be back for some Maga Down and maybe some other stuff. We'll see. But yeah, all right. Good night, folks. Have a good one. Cheers. We'll see you soon.